For my number one pop culture event in the past 60 years, number one to me is, I think personally, Halloween 1978. It really, like, it happened so long ago, but you're still seeing like kind of knockoffs of Halloween now. People are still using the same tropes, even if Halloween didn't invent the tropes they use necessarily. They definitely popularized them and made it iconic. You see people dressed up as Michael every single Halloween. They still come out with movies every single year. It has Jamie Lee Curtis as the main person. It was directed by John Carpenter, and you can just see he also directed The Thing, which personally I think is a better movie. But people don't talk about it as much, which is why it's not on the list. So, yeah. Also, I'm not done talking about it. I think, personally, Halloween's kind of derivative. It takes on other movies too. Not copying, really. But like the iconic first shot when it's like the camera of the little boy, I think like crawling his sister. You see that earlier in Black Christmas, which is another Halloween thing. Same silent, unstoppable killer of Michael. I don't even like it that much, but it was important for pop culture history. So that's why I have it as my number one. My number two, this is really number one, but in importance to me, is Michael Jackson. Let's be real, he's probably like the biggest, most long-lasting musician. Like, you name famous musicians, I can name like 2 Elvis songs. I can name maybe Michael Jackson song, and I don't even listen to Michael Jackson because he's like the most iconic musician there ever was. So he released 137 songs, made a lot of money. Like, he didn't even start off as a solo act, he started off as a child actor. And I feel like normally child actors can sometimes like become irrelevant, and like unless you're lucky, but he really made it. Even like my little brother knows Michael Jackson songs. It was a total shock when he died. Even the controversy about him, which I don't know. And you see like references to him everywhere. He was in The Simpsons. People still reference Thriller. Every Halloween people play that song. The like classic red jacket, leather jacket. So he's definitely number 2. No, he's number 1, but I like his movies better, so deal with it. Okay, this one is a lot. I'll try to explain it concisely. You're not gonna know what I'm talking about, Mr. Mason, but you should get with the time. So the James Charles quote-unquote dramageddon that happened in 2018, it revolved around James Charles, Jeffree Star, and Tati Westbrook. This is how big of a deal, is that I wasn't even like, they're all beauty YouTubers, they all do music. I didn't watch any of them by the time all this happened, but I know what happened because it's just that big of a deal. It went crazy. Essentially, Jeffree Star and Tati Westbrook made a video of James Charles being like, this guy's really bad. He's kind of like sexual harasser, accused him of like really bad stuff. And James Charles at first was like, sorry. And people were like, screw James Charles, we hate you. He lost like so many followers. There was like a live countdown of his subscriber count going down. And then he made a video and he brought all this stuff being like, actually they're wrong and they're stupid and I hate them. And everybody, like, it completely turned the tide. Now Jeffree Star already, he started off not being liked, and then he like got liked again, and then like this turned the tide against Jeffree Star. People were like, oh, he's a snake, they hated him. Tati Westbrook was painted as like a drama crybaby. That was kind of the joke, like she cries all the time. People were making fun of her. And then now, nobody likes any of them. Everybody hates Jeffree Star, everybody hates James Charles because goes after like minors. So maybe they were right, and everybody's just followed the tide. But yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting how big of a deal it was. It started like nobody hears about beauty YouTubers anymore, but this started like a long snowball effect of people caring about beauty YouTubers. It showed like even like the mainstream media, like news outlets picked this up, and most of the time before this they're kind of acting like they were too good to be talking about YouTubers. Totally turned the tide. Like I said, took place in 2018. Spurred on, I feel like, drama channels. This is a big event that like people really started watching them because everybody wanted to know what was going on because it was kind of complicated. And then you had like 50 tea channels, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is kind of a big deal. Not bigger than Halloween or Michael Jackson, but pretty big deal. Okay, bye. Okay, this is my personal least favorite out of my list, but I'm objective, alright? My opinions don't always matter. For number 2, I did the true crime trend. Really, this had been around for like kind of a while beforehand, but it really picked up in the mid 2010s. Like I remember being younger and you'd see the commercials being like talking about shows that talked about crimes. But I think what really made the genre like pick up and get big were podcasts. And like people already had kind of morbid curiosity about this type of stuff. Honestly, it's not really for me. I watched a couple of them. And sometimes it's interesting, but then it creeps me out, and I don't like it. And I think it causes like a disconnect. It's too big, in my opinion. There's all these podcasts, there's these like channels where people do their makeup talking about women getting murdered and like dismembered. It's weird. I don't like it. Really, like I said, started 2010s got huge. There's so many true crime podcasts. Nobody like give it a break, guys. I'm tired of it. It inspires shows. Like Dahmer, the new Dahmer show, that's controversial because people are like, oh, they're making him seem too cool. And like it gives serial killers these huge like fan bases. People are making like Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy merch. That's real. Like I said, desensitized. I think you see this with the internet in general, is that people don't realize that like people on the other side of the screen, just because you don't know them personally, like they're still people, right? Like those are actual human beings that have family that these things happen to. They're not like characters in a book. But it's swept everywhere, and like so many true crime movies, documentaries, podcasts, merch, which is weird. Like, yeah, it was a pretty big deal, so that's why I put it on the list. Okay, last but not least, TikTok. Everybody either has TikTok or they watch TikToks on like Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. Because everybody wants to know what's happening, but they don't want to be like, oh, I have TikTok. Shut up, just download TikTok. You look stupid. It existed before 2018. I think it came out in 2017. But it started being widespread in 2018. Like because it merged with Musical.ly. Now, Musical.ly was a big deal, and then people like turned the tide against Musical.ly. They started being like, Musical.ly stupid. We hate Musical.ly. Shut up. Musical.ly stupid. They hated Musical.ly. Why am I setting a timer? I can see the time on it. That's so embarrassing. Musical.ly has started to stop just being like dances. It was lip syncing, and then it started like getting like comedic stuff. People tried to be funny, but then TikTok happened, where you were able to just, it expanded upon the format that Musical.ly already created. Really, you didn't have to lip sync. People started using it just for more than like stupid voiceovers. You know what I mean? now like you see all sorts of stuff on TikTok. There's like cooking things. There's like people who I see so many farming TikToks, and there's still like the TikTok dancer. That's still a big thing. Like Charli D'Amelio is such a famous person, and nobody likes it either, which is weird. Causes so much, and like you see, songs specifically are kind of like catering to TikTok. There's like these videos of people showing up to concert and they only know like one verse of the chorus and that's it, and it's really embarrassing. But there's like a whole like genre of music that will get criticized because people are just like, oh, it's just made for TikTok, like the ABCDFU song. You know what I mean? Now you start seeing like TikToks and commercials and stuff. Cause like, listen, mainstream media act like they're too good for social media, but now they're like, it's very profitable and you reach so many people. And you see brands on TikTok. I hate seeing brands on TikTok. Listen, I don't like the Duolingo owl. This is a controversial opinion maybe, but he's just trying that's not a person. They're just trying to get you to download this stupid app. And because they're funny, people are like, oh, they're just like me. They're not just like you. That's a corporation, all right? They're not friends with you. That's a person in an owl suit who gets paid like $8 an hour to do that and make you guys want to download Duolingo. Now, I saw something that's like TV shows are like starting to cater to like become like popular clips. So, personally, I don't really think that's true. I think TV shows have always just had credible scenes. Like, how many scenes from Office are just like, you can take it out of context and it's still okay? That was way before TikTok too. Shared media so quickly. Literally anybody can like post something and then the next day they have like 1 million views. This is another thing also, that people don't like understand what's that do. I see so many videos of people like filming people on TikTok and like posting them being like, aren't these guys weird? And then like 5 million people are like making fun of that one weird guy on TikTok. Anyway, it's a big deal. People go ham for TikTok. It's not even like just TikTok anymore. YouTube Shorts was basically YouTube wanted to make its own TikTok, and people just re-upload TikToks on there. Same with Instagram Reels. It's changing the content people wanna take in. You know, people don't like sit as long for shows. Like if you're gonna sell something, it has to be like in short bursts. Which we saw it for Vine, but I think Vine's problem was it was too short. TikTok made it a little bit longer, and that's what worked. And they keep getting longer. I feel like TikTok's eventually going to be like another YouTube. Anyway, that was my presentation.